welcome back to Pear Shaped. I'm Alex, and today we have a video that's going to be focusing on what it's like to be an introvert in the workplace. As you will have seen from a video we did a few weeks ago, I'm definitely someone who considers himself to be an introvert. And I think in the workplace this can be sometimes a little bit of a disadvantage, as a lot of workplaces are set up to be more extrovert friendly. Certainly it's easier to be successful in a workplace if you are somebody who is more of an extroverted character. But I think as an introvert, there are still ways in which you can be really successful in a workplace, in any industry. You just have to know how to play to your strengths. So when I say that workplaces are set up to be extrovert friendly, what I mean by that is a lot of the things that we are told to do are something which would perhaps come more naturally to an extrovert. So an example of that is networking. We all know that networking is very important to your career if you want to proceed and get ahead in whatever your chosen industry is. If you're somebody who is extrovert, you might find that networking comes a lot more naturally to you. However, as an introvert, I agree that networking is something that's really important for my career, and I do put a lot of time into thinking about how I network effectively. But we have to think about how, as an introvert, we can do this within the constraints of what we feel comfortable with. So for me, I play to my strengths. I enjoy networking much more on a one-on-one basis rather than networking in big formal social settings or big networking groups. One of the points that we did touch on briefly in our last video is about whether extroverts are confident versus introverts being shy. I think that we did sort of debunk the misconception there. It is important to make sure that you are making an effort to speak up and be verbal, especially if it's something that's slightly outside of your comfort zone. There's a lot of value in making sure that you speak up and say things where there's value add at the right time. We all have known people that speak up in offices for the sake of speaking up. And while I'm sure that they do have some short-term success from that, for longevity, making sure that you are somebody who is really adding value, I think is much more appreciated in a workplace. One of the main things, be very considerate and very thoughtful about what you're saying. It can be difficult, particularly if you're in a situation where you need to respond quickly. But sometimes I think taking a few seconds to have a measured opinion or a thoughtful response to a question or a situation is much more valuable for your management and for you as an employee. One of the other things that I think has served me really well throughout my career is finding people who you work well with and who are aligned in the way in which you work, and people that can appreciate and value the skills that you bring to the team. Building and really securing a great foundation with those people that can support and sponsor you through your career and that are interested in your career development, I think is one of the most fundamental things that you can do in making sure that you have a really successful career. And finally, one of the biggest things I think in making sure that you have a successful career is knowing or finding the job that really allows you to play to your strengths. Certainly most careers will require you to be a team player, for example. You realize that there are some tasks that you actually are better doing, independently, or, with your being able to drive your own projects. And I think having an appreciation and understanding of, as an introvert, what you succeed at, and finding a job that allows you to do that, being able to play to your strengths will really help you build a successful brand and a successful career within your company. So I really hope that you found that video useful, especially if you are an introvert working in what can feel like an extrovert's world sometimes. If you have any other thoughts or comments on how to be an introvert or how to succeed as an introvert, then do leave them below. I'd love to hear them. Thanks for watching. Bye.